Hey guys, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel. It's been wild lately. I've been so busy. I would love to create more videos. Unfortunately, one video a month is kind of all I can get at this point. So take what you can get. Oh, there's Ralph. Say hi, Ralph. He's gonna go right for my stitch, aren't you? Hey. My aunt and uncle just gave me this new desk. It's not new, but like they were getting rid of this desk, so I said I would take it. So now it's on this wall under my shelf. He moved my stitch. Ralph. Oh jeez. Stay. I'll just put him over here. Okay, I will get to him in a bit. So anyway, so my aunt and uncle were getting rid of this desk, and I said I would take it, so don't mind my coffee cup and some junk. I'm still trying to figure out how to organize it. It's kind of an awkward desk. There's a lid, or there's like a lid, and you can pull it down, and it hides everything, but I want the lid up because then I can turn around and access some stuff on it. So for now, it's just being used as junk because I don't have room for stuff on this desk. So I'm just transferring it over so it's out of my way for my main desk. So today I want to talk to you about my current WIPs, stuff that's been going on, because there has been a lot. And the camera angle is different than my normal of what you've been seeing because I'm using my iPad today. My phone runs out of memory pretty fast. I must take a lot of pictures of my animals. No, I do take a lot of pictures of my animals along with my crochet and everything, so the memory runs out pretty quickly. So I'm going to try this on my iPad and see how it goes. The angle is probably not even going to be widescreen. Again, it'll probably be like this, so it is what it is. The last thing I talked about in the other videos were, what was it? I was going to, was it on one of my videos? Yeah, one of my last videos I was talking about how there was a marketing event for the community and for the residents to come and learn how to crochet at my work, and I was going to be the host to teach them. So the only one from the community that we got was my aunt. I texted her last minute and was kind of like, hey, are you working today? Do you want to come out to my work? And she already knows how to crochet and she can knit, but the more people I had that knew how, like I might have said this in the last video, but the more people that knows how can sit around in the crowd with people who don't know how. So the only person that came from the community was my aunt. The rest of them were all residents. I think there was a turnout of about 10. So it was pretty good. The residents loved it so much that they actually asked when the next one was. So I had to talk to the rec manager and we discussed on another one, which it happens to be today. Where's my phone? So today, as I'm recording this, it is Thursday, March 7th, 9:30 a.m. I decided to make a video today because my truck's actually down the road getting fixed. So I'm home for the day. Thank goodness, because like I said, I have a lot going on, which I'll get to in a minute. Yeah. Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, so I'm home all day because my truck's getting fixed. The great thing about obviously it's not great when your truck needs to be fixed, but the great thing about having it fixed up the road is that I take my dog with me and we have a nice morning walk back. So that's kind of the only good thing about when it needs to be fixed, is that I'm just like, get the dog in the truck, drive it down there, and then we walk all the way back. So I did ask my mom if she could drive me to my work today. It's not till 2:30, so that's okay. She's babysitting today, but she'll be back by then. So I'm going to get a ride there for the Learn to Crochet, or well, most of them are getting better at it since the last time we crocheted. So it'll just kind of be like a crochet chat, tea, snacks sort of thing. And then I'm going to either text my boyfriend or my mom because he'll be home by then. He gets off at 2:30 and I got to leave before then. So he might be the one to pick me back up. So we'll see. Somebody's got to get me because I'm vehicleless right now, which is a good thing because there are things I need to get done. And I can't believe I'm even making a video right now because I should be cracking down and making stuff that I need to work on. But that's okay. I think I'm kind of procrastinating. When you get orders from people, it starts to feel like a job. It's been feeling like a job for a long time. I just don't like to admit it. That's one of the things when you take orders from people. I can't say no. I never say no because if I'm not doing orders, then I'm making what I want to make, adding it for either keeping it, giving it away, or it goes to inventory when I end up having a craft show. So orders are kind of a good in-between thing because I can make a little bit of money off of something. So yeah. So let's start with something. Well, a lot of things are pretty recent. Okay, so I have a friend. And we keep in touch every now and then. I met him in grade 9. So this is a bit of a backstory. I met him in grade 9. We have been friends for 17 years. Grade 9. I'm 33. Yeah, do the math. I think it's 17 years or something like that we've been friends. He bought a house almost 10 years ago, and it's kind of far, so I never really went to see it. I haven't seen or talked to him in a while. We never had anything bad come between us. We just kind of, we're busy, we're adults now, we do our own thing, and it makes it harder to meet up. But he's always been my friend no matter what. So he reached out to me, and I always say happy birthday to him every year because his birthday's the 25th and mine's the 27th of April. So I usually reach out and say, hey, happy birthday, and then we kind of say, oh, you know, what's been going on? Oh, not much, and stuff like that. So yada yada. So he recently reached out to me and invited me to his wedding. I knew. I follow him on Facebook. That's the best thing about Facebook is that when you don't talk to somebody for a long time, you can still follow up with them. So I knew he had a girlfriend. So happy for him. He deserves it. He's just been one of those great friends that when they find somebody that you're just like, I'm so happy for you. So he proposed to her, and now they're gonna get married this year. Well, he just recently invited me to the wedding, and I'm not one of those people where if I don't get invited to a wedding, I get upset because weddings nowadays are really expensive. And like the stag and doe I can understand, or buck and doe, however you want to call it, those I understand. Invite as many people as you want because you need to raise money for that wedding. But when the actual wedding comes around, the money to feed people is just really expensive. And the fact that I haven't seen him in a long time and we don't talk a whole lot, I was really surprised he invited me. I've never met her, so I thought, well, she's got to be a great person. So I wasn't too worried about that. I mean, but I never met her. So she reached out to me and said, hey, come to the house and let's hang out. So I thought, well, that's a great idea. And my boyfriend's invited to the wedding too, because, you know, we come as a pair. He needs to be my date. So that was really nice of them. They didn't have to invite him, but they invited him to come too. So my boyfriend actually used to work in a factory, and he kind of knows his fiance, my friend's fiance. He actually kind of knows her, but he doesn't know him. I know him, but I don't know her. So that was actually pretty funny. So we went out last weekend to go for a visit. Now, I thought it'd be a great idea to crochet a basket. I've been really into baskets lately. I whipped up a pattern. It's free-handed because I can make it tall, wide, handles, no handles. So I've been freehanding all these baskets. The idea came to me when I was making those bird nests last year and donating them to the wildlife centers for their baby birds. And I thought, well, why don't I just make them bigger and turn them into baskets? But I was making it into the back loop instead of just going round and having it cup up. The back loop helped it give it a better basket shape. So I have been having so much fun making baskets lately. And I thought, I need to make them a gift basket. So I bought, so it's like a t-shirt yarn. I don't, it's okay, but your muscles hurt. It calls for a 10 to 15 millimeter hook, and the biggest hook I have right now is a 10. So my muscles were hurting. You can't do it too tight, and you can't do it too loose because you need to be able to have the holes. So it's called, I'm not even going to pronounce it right, but this is the paper that came on it. So I've never heard of it, but I've heard of t-shirt type yarn before. It says 90% high quality recycled cotton. It says gray shades, so I don't know if you can read that. Maybe not. But anyways, it doesn't really say a whole lot about like yards and stuff, so I don't know, but that's the brand. I bought a gray, green, and purple. And oddly enough, with all three of them being the same brand and everything, the green one was thicker. So I started out with the gray. So here's the gray. See, it's kind of like, now I'm going to mess it all up. It's like t-shirt material. And then it's wound. So I started it in gray. I'm actually working on another one. So, here's the base. So it's got some stretch to it. But here's the base. So I started their basket out with this. And then I went like halfway up and then I went in green and it kind of went up and then bulged out a bit because the green ended up being thicker. It still looks nice, but I thought there's no way with my arms hurting the way that they were. There was no way I was gonna frog that and do it again and fix it somehow. I just kept going. So I made them a basket. Here, I'll see if I can bring up a picture. Sorry, my mom's texting me. She said there's a package. She's getting a package today and I'm supposed to watch out for it because she's babysitting. So I made the basket, okay? There's kind of like the inside. Okay. So I filled it. So I started making the base before we bought anything to go in it. And I thought, well, we got to buy some alcohol. So we bought wine and rum. And I was going to make the basket big enough just for the alcohol. But I sized it. I missized it. So I ended up having to fill it up. So there's like pepperettes, chocolate, candy. I whipped up this bee in one night because I ended up, so we bought the alcohol like a week before we left. And then the day we had to be there was Saturday. So Friday I got off work and went straight to buying stuff to go in the basket. And Friday night I whipped up the bee and we didn't leave until about noon on Saturday to go. So the octopus I already had. It was a octopus I made maybe a couple weeks ago, so it was still pretty new, but yeah. So That's what I did. And then, oh, sorry. And then, okay, so I plastic wrapped it. Not plastic wrap, but you know what I mean. The plastic that you get for gift baskets. So I put the plastic around it, and then this bow. And my cat would not leave this bow alone. I had to give him his own. Just to play for a bit. I watched him play with it so he didn't choke on anything. But I had to give him one just so that I could keep the bow on here. So, anyways, they liked their gift basket so much. It was basically like a thanks for having us over, congratulations on your wedding type of gift. They liked it so much, she had messaged me and said, would you mind making a basket for the Stag and Doe for raffle tickets? Well, that's not a bad idea. Great idea. I couldn't say no, so starting another one. That's all I have so far. Their Stag and Doe is not till April, so I have about 5 weeks now. And her suggestion was to make a gift basket about half the sizes of the one I made them, but like I said, I freehanded, so I'm gonna have to estimate now that I don't have their basket with me, so I'm gonna have to guess. And then she suggested maybe throw like three critters or something in there, and I told her I had business cards, so she said when I wrap it up in the plastic, then I could staple a business card on the outside, so I could promote my crochet. Promote. Love that word. More orders. Okay, you gotta see this. That's my order. Okay, don't mind my writing. That's my order sheet. We have two. Sylveon. If you don't know what Sylveon is a Pokemon. It's part of the evolution group. So 2 Sylveon for a coworker, due by May, which I am almost done. But I got interrupted for something that was due by Easter, so it trumped the one that needs to be done by May. So Sylveon is set aside. 2 of them. I'm working on them side by side. So I made the body, then I made the body. Then I did up all the legs. All the legs are sewn onto the body now. Did all the heads, yada yada. So I think the only thing I really have left is the ribbon. I like Pokemon, but I'm not familiar with a lot of the terms. Some names I know, some names I'm not. But the ribbon thing that goes around Sylveon, if you know what I'm talking about. 3 dogs. They are for a resident for her grandchildren. Her memory, the thing at work with residents is because they're seniors, their memories are, you know how they are. So her dogs I've been putting off. She hasn't mentioned them at all lately, so I've been kind of putting the dogs off. I'll still make them, but as long as she's not asking. A lot of the things I've made her for her grandkids, she's never even gave them to them yet, so as much as I want to make her dogs, I know it's not a rush. And then my friend who wants the 2 Sylveon, one for him, one for his friend, he has a friend that also wants a Flareon. Flareon is the same group as the evolution. And then here comes the one that's due for Easter. So my aunt texted me. She's the one that came to the crochet chat at my work. So she has a coworker that wants a Grogu, the baby Yoda, and she wants a Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. So I don't know what colors this person used, but my aunt's coworker had somebody make her a Stitch. And they used the wrong colors, so whether it was the wrong shades of blue or completely different colors, I have no idea. I didn't really ask my aunt, but apparently she wasn't too happy about the Stitch that she received. So my aunt said, would you be able to make a Stitch and then the Grogu? And I thought, yeah, okay, sure, but she needs them by Easter. I can do it. It's fine. There's enough time. So I made the alien. We'll just call it an alien as I show you. So I made the alien. Okay. Coat. Little toesies. So I made the alien. Okay. No problem. I've made this one before. The pattern that her coworker wanted me to use, I would have had to buy, and this one I've already bought. Etsy. I get a lot of my patterns on either Ravelry or Etsy. Through Pinterest. Pinterest leads you to a lot of their patterns to Etsy. So, I don't know the name of the person on hand that created this, but it's not my pattern. Anything I generally make is not my pattern, just to put that out there. I might not say the person who made them, but it's not my pattern. So there's the baby alien. And here is the other, I guess you could call him an alien too, just for copyright purposes, I guess. We'll just call him the other alien. So here he is. And the pattern, this is my fault. This is why they say read ahead in the patterns, right? Okay, so read ahead, because it was a part that I missed, and it was about the ears, because you have a left and right ear. Well, the ear is made the exact same, both of them. Normally, some patterns will say right and left. Well, there was no right and left. It said make 2 ears. So I made 2 ears. But how I stitched the blue around the pink was one went one way and one went the other. But I didn't pay attention to that. So I made the left ear 3 times before I figured out that I was supposed to stitch around the other way. And that made the world of difference and ended up with a left and a right. This is a separate piece. You do the head, you do this piece first, and then you do the head, and then you attach this in. So it's this was 2 separate pieces. And the nose is 2 separate pieces. I don't know how I feel about the nose, but it's one piece on top of another piece, and you have to get these like grooves for his nostrils. I don't know. So there's that. The thing is that I sent in the 2 aliens to my aunt, and she said her coworker loves them. She wants one more stitch by Easter. This is my thought, okay? It's a fairly big size, right? It's fairly big, okay? And this character is generally pretty popular. So this is my thought. While I'm making the second one for my aunt's coworker, I'm going to make another one. So I'm going to do everything multiples of. So I'm going to do 4 arms, 4 legs, 2 bodies, 2 heads, 4 ears, yada yada. Because as I'm making this one, I'd rather have a second one in case someone says, I want one. Okay, well, here you go. There is a spare. So that is something I should have done with the first one and made a spare, because then I would have already had 2. So anyways, so technically I'll have 3 of these. 2 going to my aunt's coworker, and 1 will be a spare. Whether it lasts to a crochet show or not, I have no idea. So there's these 2 going together, waiting for 1 more of him. Plus this basket. So yeah, so the basket and 2 blue aliens are in the works. Okay. Sometimes I need a break from orders, and I just want to squeeze in something simple. So I made another octopus. He has, this, right there, silver glitter eyes. So I bought this yarn it's called Lens Mills. It's half the store is fabric. The other half is dedicated to yarn, And then there's also a mixture of like snacks, household things. My boyfriend bought a coat. I made him come along because he drove me, and he ended up buying socks and a coat. So I was glad he was able to find something while I was in the yarn aisle. And I just saw this yarn and I thought it was super pretty, so I made him. And I think I mentioned in one of my last videos that I have never owned Parfait Chunky yarn, and Mary Maxim was the only place that I could order it from, because I usually order yarn from Yarnspiration. So I ordered yarn from Mary Maxim because I guess they have them, and they're always out of certain colors. Like, I'm glad I bought what I bought, but every time I go on there, there's certain colors that are just never available, like your white, your black, or, I mean, the one time I bought, what was that color? It's this color. Fuchsia? No. Hibiscus? I don't remember. Whatever color this is. So, I have been playing around with the Parfait Chunky with the colors that I do have because, yeah. And now that I've ordered from Mary Maxim, I keep getting magazines in the mail. I don't know if you guys get books in the mail if you've ordered from Mary Maxim, but now I get magazines, which is fine, but I also get daily emails too. I have 2 books from Mary Maxim now already, so it's fine. It's kind of my breakfast thing in the morning that I go through. My mom's like, oh, here, you got another book. So, so I made this, and it really is, what do you call it? When you cut it, and the fluffies, I really don't like that. I agree with everyone who's dealt with that, when you cut it, and then there's so many fluffies. But, oh, and then the Parfait Chunky is actually what I used on the octopus that I gave to my friend for his gift basket. So I also made this purple one with the Parfait Chunky. Sorry, my throat's been so weird lately. So another thing I want to show you that I was going to show you in the last video because I had it and it was sitting up on a shelf and I didn't grab it and bring it down, but this was something I was going to show you last time I made a video. It is, okay, one sec, I gotta take off all the stuff so that I can give you a better viewing. Okay, so my sister is part of a miniature group. I do have one video on here of this miniature room that I'm trying to build, like put together. It's going to be my miniature yarn room. I haven't really touched it since I showed that video, just because I haven't had any time with orders and work, and the miniature thing is just, it's going to be a long time before that room is done. But my sister is the one that's more into, sorry, I'm playing with it right now. That's what you're hearing is the thing I'm going to show you. My sister is really into miniatures. She's got a 3D printer, and the group that she's in, so the theme that the group my sister's in is going to be Little House on the Prairie. The one theme that they had like last year was a pet store, so she had to create this like pet store and put all kinds of animals in it. She had a cash counter and all that kind of stuff. So this year the group decided on Little House on the Prairie. So she's already got this house built, the kitchen, there's like a loft. She's doing there's lots of, I guess, different versions of Little House on the Prairie. It's, what year is it? It's the older one. It had shows. So if you know what I mean, it's that one. There was like episodes, and it's an older version. I think it was the show. Yeah, show one or something. So anyway, so my sister she recently got a laser cutter. And she found a pattern for a wagon, because Little House on the Prairie has a wagon. So she got her computer, hooked it up to the laser cutter, and it sends like a pattern through, and she does it in my dad's garage because it smells, because it's burning wood. So she sat out in my dad's garage one day and printed off, like, I think it was 11 kits. They're kits, so the laser cutter prints out all the cutouts of this wagon, And then she pops them all out, and she was putting them all in Ziploc baggies because everyone in her group was going to get a kit to make this wagon. And I was out there kind of watching, and I thought, can I have one of those kits? If I can build it, they can build it. So sure enough, she cut out an extra one, and I made a wagon. She put a hitch on hers for a horse, but I didn't do it. So you just like glue this, and you glue, and it's so tedious because everything was glue. I got wire, so hers doesn't move. I don't remember what she used through the center for her wagon, but whatever she used through the center, her wheels don't move. So when I made mine, I wanted mine to move. So I used it's wax. So I put those through, cut it, and then I shoved wax on each end. And they move. She was a little jealous. But I'm sure if she really wanted hers to move, she would have figured it out anyways. But I got mine to move and she didn't, so So there's my wagon. Okay, and then there's a video I showed a while back that I made this really tiny frog. So this is the leggy frog pattern. I just made it in thinner yarn and a smaller hook. He's got a little jacket. I did embroider his eye. Did I? Yeah, I embroidered his eyes because there wasn't not anything that I could use small for this yarn. So here's my little leggy frog. Okay, this is cute. He likes to go fishing. Catch some flies, stick them on the end of his hook, and he'll go fishing. Oops, he fell. So he fits pretty perfectly on this little wagon. I don't know, maybe I should crochet a fly. And that could be like how he, you know, that could be what pulls the wagon, is a little fly. Yeah, a little fly to pull his wagon. That would be cute. I could do it in a bee pattern. I could use a bee pattern, but make it all black and do the wings in white. Oh, just putting that out there. That's a good idea. So I made this little basket. I think it's kind of the same yarn as him. I don't remember the yarn. It's like a thin embroidery type of yarn. So I made this little basket. It might be too big in scale, but I thought maybe he could use that for his fish or for like apples or something. I don't know. So I put that on the wagon, and then I put him in the wagon. Oops, backwards. And then my sister made this for me for Christmas. If you're Canadian, you know what this is. And they even have, it's even got donuts. Can you see it? So it's a box of Timbits. If you are Canadian and you know about Tim Hortons. So he, you know, going fishing, needs his box of Timmy's. And then my sister also had this made for me too. It's a little cutting board. So for fun, I just put that in his wagon too, because he might want to clean his fish after he catches them. So yeah, and I'm really surprised that my cat Ralph, because he's not even a year yet. He'll be 1 in June. But I'm really surprised he hasn't touched this thing. It's been sitting on the wagon on a shelf, and he has not touched it. Thank goodness. Because I was keeping it in a drawer after I made him, and it sucks that I have to keep him in a drawer, but I was so nervous that he would grab him by the arm and drag him around the house. And whatever the cat gets, the dog gets. Because my dog is kind of like, oh, are you playing with that? Not anymore. So anything I buy for the cat has to be dog friendly, because my dog's like, I will take that. Oh, now you're playing with that. I'll take that too. So yeah, actually, like this shelf here. So Ralph gets up on this shelf and he starts flicking. He's flicked off the teapot. He's flicked off of Scaredy Eddie's teddy. He flicked off of my polar bear. the Grinch's dog. He's flicked him off, and I just come home from work and one of them's on the floor. So thankfully, the dog hasn't chewed any of them. I don't know. See, so I was gonna put my Grinch away after Christmas, but I didn't make the Grinch until really, really close to Christmas. So I was kind of sad that I didn't have to, but I felt like it's Christmas. He's Christmassy. I need to put him away, right? But because I had made him so close, I didn't want to give him up yet. I wanted to display him as long as I could. Well, I figured out a way to keep my Grinch on my shelf longer, even when it's, say, summertime. This is a Build-A-Bear sweater. And it says hug. I think it just... Let me see. Oh. Hugs. It says hugs on my Build-A-Bear sweater. And then I put a scarf on. So it's a Valentine's Day sweater. I will be right back. My phone's ringing. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. My phone rang and I could not ignore it because whether it was my mom or whatever, this phone call I could not ignore. So I apologize. I had to hang up on you. Like I said in the beginning, my truck is down the road getting fixed and I just got some pretty bad news. Vehicle problems, I tell you. So I have an old truck, okay? It's a Ford Ranger, a little black truck. It's 2008. So it's pretty old. I love my little truck because I went from a car to a truck and I didn't want something that I would hop into and feel really small. So this little Ford Ranger is a perfect size when you go from a car to a truck because it just feels so nice and like little inside. And I love that the back is spacious because the dog, I put him in the back and he's got all that room. So she gave me my estimate of how much it's going to be, and it's going to be quite, it's over $1,000. Let's just put it that way. It's an over $1,000 fix. She says there's a lot of noises going on, and when they fix the issues, they said I will probably notice less clunking. They can't determine exactly what noise that I'm hearing, but they're hoping whatever they fix on there that it's going to hopefully fix the noises that I'm hearing. So if you know anything about vehicles, it's ball joints and shock fluids. And I need new shocks because all 4 shocks and the fluid are gone. So so sad. And it's tax season. It's tax season now, and I'm getting money back. So guess where it's going? I better get, and then I need to get these orders done because these orders that I'm gonna have done by well, especially my little aliens that I'm gonna have done by Easter, and the Sylveon. It's all going to the truck. I'm not prepared to get any new trucks right now because especially the payments you have to make monthly. I'd rather just keep fixing up my truck as long as I can before I just end up getting something new. So yeah. You know, it's just one of those things. Do I get something not brand new, but if I get something used, and then sorry, I know it's not crochet talk. You can just skip over this or just not watch the rest. It's up to you. But I don't want to get a new vehicle, and if I get a used, like I don't know, let's say 2015. If I bump up and get like a 2015, I mean, if it's off a lot and I have to make payments on that. My boyfriend's vehicle, I think, is like I don't know, but he's making payments on it, and it's like $100 a month, and then $400 or $100 a week. Oh my gosh, a month. That would be nice, wouldn't it? No, it's like $100 a week and then $400 a month, and it's, yeah. I don't want to do that. I'm kind of going months before my truck needs something, and then months, and then my truck needs something, and versus something payments a week. I don't know. Sorry, I don't I don't want to make this about my truck, but that was the phone call I received, and now I'm just kind of thinking about my truck. I can't get it off my mind. I'm gonna have to call my mom and give her my update. So I'll probably let you go soon. That's the only thing I really wanted to show you was all of my works in the making, my whips, I should call them. So that's my whips and stuff I finished. Yeah, if I had it my way, because lately I don't. If I had it my way, I was going to make my friend's fiance a horse because she has a horse and she does jumping and stuff, and I would have loved, which I probably still could. It just wouldn't be anytime soon. But I would have loved to have made her horse because they have 2 dogs, a cat, fish, and a horse. And I thought it would, to me, it would feel more sentimental if I had made her horse and given that as a wedding gift, which I could still do, but I just feel rushed for time right now. So anyways, I better let you go. I hope you guys have a great day. Wish me luck on my truck. Wish me luck on today going to work to crochet with the residents. I figure, actually, come to think of it, this is what I need to just be with people in a group setting, crocheting, stuff I love to do because it's stress-free. So I can't wait. I'm looking forward to being stress-free. Yeah. So I'm going to maybe put on some YouTube, watch a movie or something so that I can get all these whips done. Not done. I'll just be working on them. I won't be getting them done today. Yeah. I need another day off. Just to get this stuff done, but I don't want another day off because unless I'm being paid to be off, I need to I need to get some more money. Okay. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Bye guys. I hope you have a fantastic day.